R&B Money. We up. Thanks. Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority
yeah.
on all things
Yes, sir.
R&B.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Man,
Yeah.
I've been on this West Coast about 24 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I'm from here.
Yeah.
Huh? Have you ever saved an entire label?
Not many have.
Huh?
Have you ever mixed R&B with the funk and called it G-funk?
Have you ever done it?
Yeah.
You've never done it.
Never.
But the man here has.
Yes.
Make some noise, Mr. Warren G in the building.
Regulator himself.
Hey, regulator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Much love.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling, man?
I'm good.
Let me ask you a question. Do you like, because this is a flowers pod. This is where you get an opportunity to really say it how you feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like own it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you like ever just looked around and thought about the things that you've actually done?
Nah. I just I feel like if I think about all the stuff back in the past, I start feeling like I'm super old. And I'm still young. I ain't super young, but I'm writing them in the mix with everything.
Yeah.
Musically, everything, my kids was even trying to clown me, talking about, Dad, you can't do a cartwheel. I said, shit, watch that.
It starts with the
Watch
cartwheel.
that. Luke,
I can't even imagine Warren
Dad,
G hitting the cartwheel.
you all right? What you mean? I'm good. But just if I think about that stuff, like I said, it may make me feel like I'm just super old, but then I just try to keep moving. I just like to do stuff and just keep moving. Like, that's a hit record, boom, I'm trying to get another one of those. So I just keep driving and driving and driving, trying to create, just straight hit records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it's not possible, but I try to do every record that I produce, I try to make it a single.
Yeah.
And that's how people get good albums. When you're doing a full album, you try to make every record a single.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when people be like, damn, the whole record just as a whole sound good from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's just how I am. And I mean, like I said, I love everything I did, but I'm just moving. I don't want to stop.
See, I asked that because in this age of everything moving so fast and everybody scrolling so fast, and we're in an age where people love to have amnesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love to.
Yeah.
They can't wait to.
What Roy Jones said?
Y'all must have forgot. They can't wait to discredit without actually knowing the credits.
Yeah.
And the importance in terms of the things that you've done, which have contributed to the foundation and the fabric of certain things. It's important to be part of a constant conversation. Not that you have to say it, because I mean, you don't, somebody has to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're right
I'm
about
thankful that you're here.
Yeah, man.
So
Thank
that we can fucking say it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
This is you can, however you want to do your other interviews.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
You can be light and easy on them.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
today, I want to hear a whole lot of, you fucking right, I did that. I want to hear.
I'm straight up. I'm straight up. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm straight up.
Yeah. So treat me like I'm new to the West Coast. Where does this start, Brother Warren G? Like, where does this journey begin?
was well, musically for myself, it started with my dad going to his house. He would scoop me up on the weekends, and we would listen to jazz just all day. You know, he'd be blazing. Have his friends, his lady friends and stuff come through. Sometimes some of his homies come through. But I always had to just chill right there or play with the guy that lived next door named Tommy. We used to play Star Wars and shit. But other than that, I'd be laying on the ground listening to jazz with him. And then from there, my father and Verna got married, and that brought me around Dre. That's when I was, from a pup, I probably was like 7 years old maybe. So we lived together because my mom made me move with my father, and my father and Verna was married, and they lived in Compton, so they made me move to Compton. And
was you a bad kid? Was you?
No, I wasn't bad. She didn't want me to get caught up in what was going on around where we lived at in Long Beach. But shit, I was already in the mix anyway, because I was still I catch the bus right back down to the east side, and just living with my dad and being with Andre and Tyree, they groomed me, so being around them and just all my life, I wanted to be like Dre. He was doing DJing and stuff like that, and me and Tyree, we both was into sports a lot, and but I kind of like Dre used to do mixtapes all the time. It was just bumping, like shit just was bumping. So I was like, man, can you show me how to do that? Yeah. So he showed me one day in the room. Because we slept in the same room. We slept in the same beds together, all that shit. Yeah. You know how you got 2 beds and there's 3 boys in the room. So I had to sleep in this bed or that bed. Yep. And he had some turntables set up by the closet. He had it all set up right there, and he showed me. And I can remember the first record it was It's Time. You remember?
Yeah.
He showed me how to mix that. And so I just started practicing from there. And that was another thing that made me fall in love with music as well. And just, looking up to him and Tyree, they both was both, it was great for me to have big brothers. I was like, damn. And they used to make me fight the little dudes in the hood. They called me Kibbles and Bits then. But I graduated from Kibbles and Bits to Sir Cool.
Kibbles about to pull up. When Kibbles pull up, it's gonna be a problem with you little niggas.
Yeah, we used to have Battle of the Blocks, boxing in the gloves.
Yeah.
One of my homeboys, Stank, he was vicious. I ain't gonna lie, but me and him used to lock up.
Yeah.
We be locking up, That was my only competition. Other than that, I was putting hands on everybody except for BB. BB was younger than me, but he was one of those.
Who was just
vicious. He was one of vicious. I'm talking about like 13 years old, knocking out 25-year-old, 30-year-old, like that. Yeah, like that. So that all.
So
of
this
that,
is in Compton though.
That was in Compton, but I was still.
But you was going back and forth. But you are now.
forth.
But you living in Compton, but you from Long Beach too, though. So it's also that.
Yeah.
When you move to that neighborhood, they like, oh well, Kibbles and Bits from Long Beach though.
Yeah.
Right. So you had to go through that whole thing.
Yeah, and I mean, all of that stuff just groomed me into the music, and then later on, as I grew up, I ain't gonna say it, but as I grew up. Before that, I was around. That ain't even before that. That was all around the same time. We used to. I would go back and I'd be at my house with my mother, and we had had this crew called the Voltron Crew. That's what I talk about on this DJ. I said the Voltron Crew, which we worked for this dude named Steve, who we used to sell candy for. And so we used to go to all the neighborhoods, all from Long Beach to Santa Ana to up by UCLA, selling candy. And when we would finish selling candy, what we would do was we would rap. So it was me, Snoop, the twins. It was a gang of us. Steve, Taniti, it was Priscilla. It was a bunch of us. Fave, Tick. We was deep. All of us was in this one van. We was like the Fat Albert now.
Yeah.
And after we finished selling candy, we would flip quarters and we would just freestyle. So that's where I really learned how to just like really just learn how to freestyle, because you had to. But I started cheating because I was like I said, at that time Dre was in the World Class Wrecking Crew. So I used to get all the music before anybody did anything. So I had the tapes, everything.
Yeah.
So we in there one day and I just started rapping. He had a song called Cabbage Patch, and I started rapping that motherfucker in there in the van with everybody after work. Well, I was rolling down the street with my mind at ease. I had my top pulled back so I could feel. They looking like, damn, this nigga done got hard. Like, where you get what happened? I never said shit, and until later, and just doing that, the Voltron Crew.
Hold on, let me go back.
Being
to
with my dad.
This selling candy thing.
Because it's still a thing.
That was this DJ, the whole song.
But that's been going on for this long.
Yeah.
Them young boys that be at the mall out
Kids
here.
acting like they selling candy for the football team.
And and who's the person that's really behind it?
Who the person?
It dude named Steve, a white dude named Steve.
Oh, white? No,
Hey.
come on, man.
What was so crazy is that one of my guys, he I think it was Richard. One of them, they was about to beat him up. They grabbed his son up and everything. He was like, Dad. He was like, come here, cause we was hogs though.
Yeah.
We wasn't we get off in their ass, but he did something. Steve did something, and he grabbed Steve's son like you better get this shit right, or we're gonna choke his ass out.
So Steve had the plug on the wholesale candy.
He had the plug on everything.
So y'all can get y'all kibbles and bits off of it.
Yeah, we was the
because I'm sure
team.
that's the crazy thing though. It's always a mastermind behind the whole thing.
Always.
How they not gonna tell the little black kids no?
Yeah.
So we're gonna give them all the candy, have them selling the candy.
I never know what those kids are going through.
Yeah.
What they tied up in.
Yeah.
I don't eat the candy, but I throw them a little donation, man. Whatever it
do
is.
the same thing.
Yeah. Split it up amongst the homies.
Yeah, listen,
There
I gave some money one time, and listen, I guess that one of them was the leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's mine. I was like, well, I told y'all to break it down. I'm gonna break it down, but it's mine. I was like, I feel like a drug deal. This don't feel like candy no more.
Hey, and if you say you ain't got it, they're like, we take cards too.
No, they
I'm
take
like,
whatever.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
hold
They
on.
take everything now.
Yeah, I'm like, where did
But a no.
Yeah. And I'm like, God
I'm
damn.
gonna ask him next time.
Yeah.
You work for
You ever
Steve?
see?
Man, hey,
You work for Steve?
we was the
Because I heard
Voltron
about
crew.
Steve, man.
Hey, my son be like this, Dad, get the candy, bro.
Oh,
Get the candy.
But hey, they love to see my son coming
Yeah.
because he with all the candy activities. Dad, get the whole box. We can do it. All right, Voltron Crew, y'all going
Yeah.
crazy. Y'all
Yeah.
mobbed up.
But you
Yeah.
going back and forth.
Yeah, going back and
You going
forth,
back and
Long
forth.
Beach to
Wait.
Compton.
So do they not? I'm not even just Long Beach and Compton. From your Voltron crew to your household with your big brothers,
Yeah.
who are world class wrecking crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the homies in Long Beach know this or no?
Yeah, they knew it. Well, Snoop, yeah, they knew it. They knew it.
Because by this time they got to turn out the lights and all that out.
Yeah, they knew it. They knew it. Shit, everybody knew it. You know, shit. Dre used to be in Long Beach too. On the east side. Well, he went to he used to hang out on the east side here and there, and he went to Jordan for maybe a few semesters or something, and then he got kicked out. I think for not going. I think, but let me see. But I mean, all of that. So everybody, everybody from Long Beach knew that Dre was related to us. Everybody knew it. And then later on, like I said, we was with the Voltron crew. We used to go to Cal State. I talk about that in this DJ. That King Park was the the epicenter for all our relationships, for the twins who was who's the artist with us, me and Snoop.
Yeah.
Dirty Left, which is Snoop's oldest brother.
Yeah.
That was my best friend before Snoop was my best friend. Because we all went to CIS that was across the street from King Park. And I'm kind of speeding a little bit through the whole thing, but that's where our introduction to each other as kids started right there at Kings Park, getting the free lunches, working for the SYETP, working for Steve with the United Teams, just trying to survive and try to eat. And Snoop was always he was like a comedian. He used to always bag and he would always freestyle. So we played football together, and he used to always be rapping. I was focused on football more heavy, but we always was doing music. So as we got older and older and older, we kept working with me. Snoop became my best friend, so we would dip here and there. So we kind of got separated at a certain point where I was in North Long Beach because I had got in trouble coming down to Long Beach. I got in trouble. I went to middle school actually in Long Beach at Hughes. So they kicked me out of Hughes and sent me to the north side of Long Beach. Hamilton, got kicked out of Hamilton. They sent me to Lindbergh, and Lindbergh is where it all started, where I got on track. And that was like some of the most fun I had in my life from that point through high school. But we still kept in touch with each other. I would come down there, still hanging with all my friends, and we would do music and mess around. So we got older. In high school, one day I was at lunch. I'm out at lunch and I hear somebody hollering, Warren, like Warren. So I'm looking like Warren. I look and it's Snoop. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you doing up here? You supposed to be at Poly. He was like, they wouldn't let me go to Poly no more because we moved up to 61st Street. So he was like, you still doing music, ain't you? I was like, yeah, still doing music. So we linked up, did a little mixtape. I still had my turntables and my mixer, and I would hit record on the tape deck, and we give him the little raggedy microphone, and he'd start busting. We did a demo for Eric B. and Rakim, or for Kara Lewis, but we sent it to her to give to Eric B. and Rakim and all of them back in the day on our mixtape. I think I probably did I mailed off about maybe 8 to 10 of them motherfuckers. Like just mailing them to different record companies and everything just off our little demo. But we started doing mixtapes and stuff like that. So once we got out of school is when the reality kind of hit us a little bit. So we was like all over. I stayed on 61st and Orange. He stayed on 61st and Linden. So we ended up getting caught up in the hustle game around the neighborhood. But we was still doing our music too, but it was starting to get hectic as far as like, I talk about that on Do You See. It was getting hectic for us then. But we still was just trying to make money so we can get new clothes, go to the football games and look good, and and just try to get cars and shit like that. Just looking at the guys that was before us. And we kept going and going and going. We was going in and out of jail. We go to the county. I may be in the county, he may be in the county, or Nate then went to the county. Just back and forth from getting caught up in what we, around where we was at. And we finally just said, you know what? Let's slow down a little bit, get it together, because we seen a lot happen as far as on the gang tip, the killing tip, the shooting tip, all that shit. We seen a lot of shit. So it was like we gonna end up being in this position just like all our other homeboys was gone.
Right. Yeah.
20-something years, 15 years, 30 years. They was all getting stretched. And so we was like, fuck that shit. So we just started working full time. We would go to the VIP Calvin would let us in to do demos, so we go in there doing
Got a studio,
demos.
the VIP?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the record store, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we was doing demos with Calvin, with Snoop was going to other. I would get mad, I ain't gonna lie, when he would go deal with other producers and other people. Pissed off, like, why you going over there with them? We a group, me, you, and Nate. So we did a demo with one of my guys. His name Money B, not Money B from Digital Underground, but Long Beach Money B. He's a white dude, but he was our nigga. He white, but he our nigga. But so we did a demo with him. We did a song called Long Beach is a Motherfucker. I can't remember all our songs right off top, but I got them actually in my phone.
You still got all your original demos?
I got the demos in my phone. He sent them to me.
Do you feel like for y'all, it was more of a reality because you had a brother who was already doing it? Was that always kind of in the back of your mind?
With us. He
wasn't fucking with us
at all. Dre was.
He was
not
like, y'all niggas
fucking with
knuckleheads.
us. Yeah, little family functions. I was like, Dre, Snoop can rap, man. You need to listen. And we got a group called 213. Check us out. He like, yeah, okay, yeah. Like, damn, he ain't fucking with us. So he never was fucking with us. He was cool with us, but he wasn't fucking with us. Like, nah, y'all niggas ain't.
Was it because y'all was some wild niggas? Or?
No, probably because we was pretty young. We was pretty young.
Yeah.
When we was trying to get at him, we was young. Like, shit. We was young.
Because this is the NWA days for him, though.
Yeah. Well, it was NWA, and then he went into NWA. Wrecking Crew, and then he went into NWA at that time, around that time.
Right.
But before that, he was with the. I think it was called the Stereo Crew. They was a DJ crew. That's why I fell in love with DJing, because him and Easy, Randy, Cat, Sheen, Donald, they was all a crew. Speed, DJ Speed, they had a crew called, I think it was called the Stereo Crew, if I'm not mistaken. So that's inspired me as well. But God damn, I forgot where I was.
Sometimes when it's family, because you were saying Dre wasn't fucking. When it's family, it's like, it's too close for you to really see
if it's real or not. Yeah.
I mean, but we kept working.
And this is going on for some years.
Yeah, we was older, like 17, 18, around that time. We was we wasn't even chiming in with him no more. So we was just doing our thing in the streets. And like I said, we formed a group called 213, which was our area code for all of like the Southern California. Then, but we was inspired by 415 from the Bay.
Richie Rich.
Yeah, Richie Rich.
Which is crazy because the same thing happened with them, where 415, our area code split up in the Bay. And 415 only ended up being San Francisco. And obviously then 510 became Oakland, our yards became 562 became Long Beach.
Yeah, 310 was around. 310 was before 213.
Was it?
It was 310.
But it was LA was always known.
It was all
as a
310, but then it switched to 213.
Yeah.
And so we took on that whole, like, we represent for everybody, Compton, Watts, Long Beach, LA, Carson, San Bernardino, wherever, the Mass Circle. And we just started doing demos and just recording them and passing them out to everybody. Like, we would let people, they hear like, that shit dope. So we dub it. You know, you had the double cassette, we dub them. Boom, give them a tape. Dub it, give them a tape. And then Roger Clayton from Uncle Jam's Army gave us started giving us a shot to get down in his club called the Toe Jam. So
the Toe Jam.
We used to go to the Toe Jam and just have a ball. Just he'd let us get on the mic. I'd get up there and start DJing. I'd be up there like, you drink whiskey, I drink wine. Come on, everybody, it's gangster time. Boom, 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 boom. Snoop start busting. Boom, boom, boom. Start busting. And It was live. We had so much fun.
And y'all only like 18 years old at this point.
Yeah, 17, 18, right around there. And we just kept just pushing all of them. And Quick inspired us as well, DJ Quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we was trying to get mixtapes out to push like he was doing. That's why we had a mixtape or a demo called Long Beach a Motherfucker. It was pretty much a mixtape. So we just gave that to everybody. So it started bubbling like everywhere, like bubbling. And we just wasn't getting a chance from nobody. So just on the humbug, I hadn't seen Dre in a while. Like it was a long time. So I hit him up. You know, I was like, cause I used to kick it with him. You know, when in the NWA days, I'd go hang out at the studio with him and everything, and just watch them work. And then I'll be right back to doing what I do back over here. Or was that after? Let me see. No, that was around that time. And so I asked him one day. You know, I became tight with L.A. Dre. Well, actually, I called Dre, and he was like, hit L.A. Dre. I'm having a bachelor party, so I hit L.A. Dre, and he told me how to get there. I think it was at the Bonaventure, if I'm not mistaken. So I went, me and my homeboy Gangsta Rod and Kenny Mack. We jumped in the RX-7, and one person had to ride in the hatchback, so we mashed up to the bachelor party. In the bachelor party, they playing some dope music, and it kind of like started getting like they was running out of music. So I told L.A. Dre, I said, can I pop this tape in? He was like, go ahead, some music, go ahead. So I popped it in, and he played it. And when he played it, everybody started dancing and was bobbing and shit. He was like, damn, this shit is dope. Who was this? And I was like, that's me, Snoop, and my homeboy Nate Dogg. He was like, damn, this shit bang. He said, have you let Dre hear this? I was like, nah. So he called Dre over and was like, Dre, you need to listen to this shit. So when he came over and Dre came over and was listening, he was like, damn, that shit hard. He was like, that's y'all? I was like, yeah. I was saying to myself, nigga, I've been trying to tell you that we hard, we bitches, but you don't want to listen. So he was like, y'all come to the studio.
It was immediate.
Yeah, he said, y'all come to the studio on Monday, actually. He said, come to the studio on Monday. So at that time, I was pissed off at Snoop because he would go work with all these off-brands instead of me, him, and Nate working. He'd be doing shit on his own, and it was pissing me off. So we was kind of at it at that time. So I called him anyway. I was like, Snoop, I just talked to Dre, and he wants to come to the studio on Monday. And he was like, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. Boom, he hang the phone because Snoop had a nasty ass attitude back then. He'd make you want to sock him.
Yeah.
And he'd hang up on you like, this motherfucker. So I called him again, and he answered, and he was like, nigga, I said, Snoop, just please, just chill. Just let me call him on the three-way. So I called him. I called Dre on the three-way. And Dre was like, what's up? I said, Dre, would you tell Snoop that you want us to come to the studio on Monday? He was like, yeah, I want y'all to come to the studio on Monday. He was like, who was this? He was like, this Dr. Dre. And when he say that, this Dr. Dre, because you know that's
Yeah.
He was like, oh, shit. He was like, Dre? He was like, oh, shit. He was like, it's like, yeah. Like, we'll be there. So that Monday, with my homeboy Rump, we jumped in his bucket, you know, one of the kind where you get to the light and you got to put it in park.
Yeah. Motherfucker don't cut out on you.
Yeah.
We all been there.
Yeah, we got to the light.
Yeah.
We got to the light. So we did that all the way to Hollywood. We didn't even get on the freeway.
Oh, shit.
You don't want to chance it on the
hell no.
From Long Beach to Hollywood?
Yeah.
The streets?
The streets. It was cool. Easy. It was easy routes all the way up.
Yeah.
And we actually we was also we would go to Above the Law studio too with 187 and
Shout
Laylaw
out,
now.
yeah,
we
big hug.
we was over there doing. We actually did some demo shit with them too with Above the Law now, and but Dre was like, come up to the studio. Even then, Laylaw and them was saying the same thing. Like, y'all come get down with us. But when the Dre thing came, it was like that was like our dream.
Right.
So we went over there, and immediately Drake, as soon as we got in there, he threw a beat on. It was more. It was Snoop more for. It was just straight for Snoop. So he threw a beat on that had. It was the Big Payback mixed with Hold On. That boom to boom boom to boom to boom boom. That the Big Payback.
Yeah, James Brown.
And it had a boom
and
to
Invo.
boom boom to boom. It had.
Yeah.
Boom to boom boom to boom boom boom. And had the Big Payback in there, in there with that shit was hard. It was called "This Is a Gangster's Life." And from that point that's where it started for us. Like Dre was like, y'all need to come move with me to get up out the hood so y'all don't get in no trouble. Y'all just come up to my house and come stay with me, you know? And that's where everything started. And we just immediately just started doing music. And
or is he still in NWA? He's
now
left
he was
NWA.
gone. He was out. He was out at that point.
But they haven't decided where they're gonna take the new.
He didn't like he
label
said
yet.
I just seen a quote that he said. I'm gonna read this shit if I could read it. I locked this in because I was like, wow. He said Snoop came to me at a very low point in my life, and I just had separated myself from Ruthless Records. I had no money for food. I didn't even have furniture in my house at that time. At that time, then boom, here comes Snoop, a true diamond in the rough. I mean, Snoop is just pure raw talent. Nobody sounds like Snoop. Then it was time to do my first solo album, The Chronic. Snoop was always there for me, ready to work and constantly motivating me and pushing me and making me believe I can do it. I could always hear his voice in my head. Come on, Dre, cuz, come on. You can do it. You got this. Keep it going. You know, it's still a lot going on there. And I was reading that shit like, damn.
Because it took you back to that time.
Drake, thank you for hey, your boy, thank me for bringing the dog to you, man. No, it's all good, but that was a trip, you know.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, at that point, that's how I felt, that I wanted to come and be with him, because I always looked up to him, be with him and help him if that's what he needed, or whatever he needed.
Yeah.
That's what our job was to him, to help him get back on his feet. My job was to go get all of the records. I went and got all the samples for The Chronic. And what I would do is, after I got the samples, I would take the motherfuckers, because Dre and 187, they both showed me how to work the MPC 60. So I started producing, like wanting to produce. So that's, you know, Dre showed me some shit, 187 showed me some shit. So from there, I just started sampling, no drums, nothing, just doing the raw sample. Or I would play a record for Dre, like, Dre, listen to this. You know, like Let Me Ride. That was what a record from they used to have these records called dub records. And they would have little spurts of like old songs and stuff like that, like that doom boom 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 let me ride. That was on a dub record. And then swing I wanna ride with I wanna ride, you know, that part, all that was just on this one record. And he heard that shit. I said, listen to this, Dre. He heard that shit. He was like, that shit is hard. And he flipped that motherfucker. Yeah. That's when he did the Let Me Ride. That was that record. And just a bunch of stuff. You know, I went to, As the World Turned, it was on Melrose. That's where I bought every record for The Chronic that we was using. If the records that Dre didn't get, I brought every black exploitation soundtrack that you could find. I bought all of that stuff. That's where the skit came from. I was telling you about
from the Mac.
From the Mac. You really don't understand, do you? In order for us to make this thing work, you got to get rid of the pimps and start over. Because that's how I felt. I felt like the little brother talking to the big brother. That was my whole mentality with that when I brought it to him. And then Drake had it where, niggas, you crazy. Boom, 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 boom. And then he did that beat coming in there. And then even the boom, 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 break them off something.
Yeah.
That came off a little bitty strip of a dun, dun, make the dun, 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 dun. They had that album they got, it's a little bitty strip all the way down that just do that one sound. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, listen to this. And he took that motherfucker and flipped it. And then just all like even the These Nuts skit, I told Dre, turn the mic on. Cause we was looking for skits, like to do some skits. So I said, let me get my homegirl, I'm a caller. And that's when I called my homegirl and just started chopping it up with her and hit her with it. Cause that was the big thing around that time, getting somebody and telling them, these nuts. Hey nigga, guess what? These nuts. That was our thing around that time.
Shit
So
became global.
So I got her. And she was like, oh, shut up, nigga. But that was cool. That was fun doing that type of stuff. Like just a lot of the records on there, you know, I'm not taking no credit away from Dre. I never do that because he's a dope producer and he showed me a lot. You know, but I had a lot of input in that album. A lot of input, and that was our job to make Dre a superstar. That's what we wanted to do. That was our thing. So me and Snoop started out, then we brought in Nate. And right after Nate, actually Daz came, him and Nate came at the same time. RBX came just a little bit later, but Corrupt had came right after Daz and Nate came, then came Corrupt. And that started, I brought him to Death Row because I met, actually me and Snoop, we met Corrupt at a battle at the Roxy, where they was like, this nigga Corrupt, like right here, he the hardest nigga in California, like da-da-da-da-da. So we like, nah, he the hardest nigga in California. So they was like, what's up? Like, what's up? So we formed a little circle. Niggas got down on one knee and started busting. And that motherfucking, that nigga Corrupt said, you got a ring on your pinky finger, and that's true. But if you look at mine, I got one too. I said, whoa, shit. And then Snooper hit him back with something. He hit him. It was nobody could win. So we just like, you know what? we got to call this one. It's pretty much a tie. And so I crept over to the side. I said, Corrupt, let me get your phone number. So I got his number, and we was living with Dre at that time. But we was just out in the street, just anything hip hop. We was trying to be a part of it. So we was out in the street still, even though we was with Dre. So I told Corrupt, I said, look, I called him. I said, man, come up to the studio. I want to do a demo for you, you know, do some songs on you. So I did like four or five songs on him, did them. And then as soon as I got through from doing, the way I used to record was crazy because I would just push the record on the tape deck because it was routed into the board and everything. So it would record straight to cassette tape.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to work everything then, but I did learn how to splice and everything. Dre taught me that shit later on. But we recorded it.
2-inch?
Yeah,
cassette?
No, the cassette.
Oh, the cassette tape?
Cassette tape.
You were going straight in
from the board. It was routed into the
a cassette tape.
It was routed into the cassette deck. It was
so you would be playing your music and recording
drum machine.
all at the same time.
From the drum machine right into the
All go right.
yeah, it was routed to the board into the cassette.
Yeah,
deck.
yeah. So you couldn't make no mistake. Wasn't no overdubs.
No,
no
ain't
shit like
no.
that.
You ain't no stopping the
Nah,
start.
you
No,
gotta
Just keep going. Just keep going.
we did a few songs like that. Me and Snoop did a gang of shit like that too up there at the studio. And so I did the records for Corrupt. It was like 5 of them. And then I let Dre and Suge hear that shit. And they immediately wanted to sign him. Like, we want to sign this nigga. So, boom, there go Corrupt. He came. So, and then after that, then Snoop brought RBX up. And that was like all, like, came through me. Like, all of that stuff came through me. And then actually even the Bushwick skit. He is I is me. And all agree are more than 3 because they're we. I started fucking with Bushwick. I forgot it was on Humbug, and I told him, I think he might have been over at Idol Joe's store. He was somewhere where we bumped heads with him, but we was dealing with rap a lot already with the Convicts and Jay Prince and them from Rap a Lot. The Convicts was supposed to, I guess Suge and Jay Prince had a deal, or Harry O had a deal. Suge, Jay, Harry O had a deal with wanted to get the Convicts signed. So they was coming down and we took them in like brothers and worked with them. And they became tight with us. And that's how we bumped heads with Bushwick. And we brought his ass, Bushwick, up into the studio.
Yeah, because it was random. It was random that he had an intro on the Chronic.
Yeah, we brought him up in there. We brought him up in there, and we had him do a skit for us right there. Drake put the mic on, gave him the chair, so him to get up on the chair. That was my dog. That was our dog because we became tight. You know, we became real tight. Bushwick was my dog. I took him everywhere. You know, Warren, I'm too short for long conversations. I'm like, nigga. And he got drunk one time. I was like, Bushwick, come on, man.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, I was like, you drunk too much. But
now so your story honestly feels like Eddie and Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Cause obviously your brother, he got there so quick.
Yeah.
He got into a space and most people don't understand that with success and with stardom, no matter how close you want to be to shit, you just can't.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get to a space where that's not your everyday living.
Yeah.
So somebody connected to you is kind of living through you and is part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you tell your stories, you having your big brother that's super cracking, everybody know him.
Yeah.
And it goes into, oh, you know that's Dre little brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you everywhere and you literally are gathering the people to bring them
to
the spot
built
and
that
building it up. Yeah.
That only people that didn't come through me was Rage and Jewel. And they actually, I knew Rage already. And I mean, Jewel, but I didn't meet Rage till later. And they became tight with us. You know, we became a family. We was a tight family, and our job was just to get in that studio about 10 in the morning. We stay in there till about 5, 6 the next morning.
At that time, are you thinking from a business standpoint, like, I'm bringing these people in, and of course the goal is Dre. That's whatever, all things Dre, right?
Yeah.
But at any point in your mind, are you thinking, as I'm bringing all this shit in, I got to make sure I'm tied into some of this shit too? Or for you, it was just like, I don't care. However it gets cracking, I just need to get this shit cracking.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like that. My mindset was like, if I put in all this work and just put in a bunch of work, they gonna make sure that I'm gonna be all right.
Gotcha.
You know, they gonna make sure I'm gonna be cool. I ain't gotta worry about it because, you know, I'm living with him. We was like best friends, me and Dre, pretty much around that time, because I used to drive him around. I don't want to say, well, I used to, you know, I'd drive him to, you know, when he was single, so I would drive him to some of his women's places and shit. And while we there, I would ask her like, "Look, you got a friend?"
Yeah.
Shit. Hey. So, but we was tight. We was tight. But like I said, that was our goal to build him up, and I wish I did have a business mind set back then and knew about publishing and like everything that went on. So I could have got some type of compensation for the work that I did put in, but I didn't get nothing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you know that he was having a tough time when you guys got up there and were trying to, mash the gas for
Never
him?
looked at it like that.
Gotcha.
I never looked at it had because
It was
at
better
his
than
house,
where you came
shit,
from.
yeah, at his
right.
house, that shit was big.
It was fly.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of furniture and nothing, but we didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Shit, we was having a ball.
Absolutely. Got the
Shit.
pool in the
Imagine
back.
Yeah, you 18,
everything.
19 years old, you go to your big brother's mansion, you don't
Man,
care what's in there.
Yeah, we
You
had-
don't even ask him.
You don't even ask.
You
We
sure you
ain't
can
ask
afford
shit.
this? No.
We ain't asked nothing. We didn't care. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's just how we was. But like I said though, I wish I would have knew about that stuff. Because he wasn't really the guy behind the business part. That part, it was Suge that was behind that part, and I wish I would have knew and had my name attached to it. So just shit, 250 million that they sold a little piece of it for. I was like, God damn, I could have got a little piece out of that. I ain't asking for a lot.
Just a taste. Just,
throw a little taste of that over there. That's a nice piece of change.
It's a nice
Warren,
piece of
take
reoccurring
take
change.
this 20.
Yeah.
Take that 20 mil, Warren. You helped out a lot, and we bet our bad. We didn't give you no credit, but here you go. Thanks, because you brought a lot to us, and you saved this motherfucker. And look now, you got a family tree that's incredible. Your branches: Snoop, Daz, Corrupt, RBX, Eminem, 50 Cent. All that come off my branch. When you had another branch before it was Above the Law, his branch had Above the Law, NWA, and this, that, and this, and then I added my branch came and got on Dre's tree.
Yeah.
So that opened up for, like I said, Eminem, 50
Right.
Cent, Snoop, all the artists that came after that he
They
was
continued to
a
grow.
part of, that we opened it back up for him to be able to bring all that back into the music.
So how long did it take for The Chronic to come out?
Shit, I don't know. It wasn't a long time. It wasn't long at all because the whole Chronic was inspired off of the riots. I promise you.
You listen to the skits.
That
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
the whole thing was, and that was dope what Dre did, that skit. North me look, this little African, I'm gonna be a dead motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit was dope as fuck. Little Ghetto Boy
Little Ghetto Boy.
brought that.
Yeah.
I
So wait,
said,
is Deep
Dre, listen to this.
is
I
Deep
had
Cover
Little
before
Ghetto
that?
Huh?
Is Deep Cover before Deep Cover?
Deep Cover
is
was before all of that.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
first.
Yeah, that was the first.
Okay.
Because we was just doing music, just messing around, thinking about what we was gonna do, and then Suge came like, it's a soundtrack. We want you to do want Dre to do a song for a soundtrack. So Snoop was like, shit, I'll write it.
Yeah.
And he wrote it. He wrote Deep Cover. Well, he wrote Dre's parts on there. They put him and Snoop did a collaboration on there, and he wrote Dre parts, and that shit blew up.
Blew up. Yeah.
Yep. And then after that is when the riots kicked in, and that shit was so fun. Because it was like how they trying to do right now. I guess the peace treaties they trying to do right now in the streets. It was like that, but it was like it was a party every motherfucking day. A party in the Nickersons, a party on the east side of Long Beach, a party here. So we was partying everywhere. Like
'Cause it was a truce.
Bloods, Crips, everything. It was fun. Women everywhere. And like a lot of that's Ain't No Fun came from that. All that shit came from that. it was vicious because we was right up in the mix, looting shit. I looted while I was at the studio at the radio station 102.3 with DOC and Ice-T. I said I'll be right back. I ran down the street, ran into the liquor store, went in that motherfucker, held it on the counter like, you ready? Boom, and I took off. And they didn't know where I ran, but I ran right down the street and I ran right into the building.
Back into the radio station?
Yeah, with my beer. With
my beer.
Hey, with my beer. Yeah. Yeah. And Ice-T and DOC, they couldn't believe it. And we was doing everything. We was, you know, in the mix. With everything, like even getting furniture. We was in the mix with all of that, but it was a trip. It was some crazy shit going on too, like as far as like you know, people getting robbed and you know, all kind of stuff. So we was seeing and all kind of shit, but that and all of that inspired everything on the Chronic.
On the Chronic.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are now y'all got you're part of a bona fide hit.
Mm-hmm.
Bona fide hit album, which is, in my opinion, the greatest rap album of all time. To me.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think The
yeah.
Chronic is the greatest rap album of all time. So thank you.
Much
For,
love.
you know what I
It's
mean?
all
For
good.
your contribution
Yes,
to that.
Yes, indeed.
And, you know, I definitely have yelled these nuts to a million girls that I was at that age. I'm probably like 11. I'm just saying it to them, just thinking it's the randomest shit ever.
My
Yeah.
son does it now. I gotta tell him, hey man, you gotta relax.
You got to relax.
You don't even know where this comes from. You gotta
He
Yeah.
ain't never heard The Chronic.
never
Yeah.
heard the curse.
Yeah. So now it's Snoop's turn.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the same attention? Make Dre the superstar, now make Snoop the superstar. Is that kind of the same thing that
Yeah,
happens within the
definitely.
label and everybody that's the crew that's there?
Yeah, definitely.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, everybody go from here, like from working with him to going here. But in between that is when my separation came. In between,
before Doggy Style.
before Doggy Style.
Shit. Okay.
Like right before Doggy Style, because everybody was still surviving off the success of the Chronic.
Mm-hmm.
So it just got to a point where it was like everybody started getting signed, and this might be one of the reasons why things wasn't like it was supposed to be, because I wasn't smart, business minded as in royalties and this, that, and this. But when it came to everybody signing that contract, I told them, I said, look, you guys have a lawyer look at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know this is my brother and this is Suge and all these people. We love these dudes, but still have a lawyer look at it. It came from Dick Griffin, the contract. So we was like, we need to get a lawyer. And then, a person had went and told them that I told everybody to get a lawyer to look at the contract. So immediately
That put you on out.
he came, Suge came running out that motherfucking house. Where Warren at, blood? I took off. But I couldn't get down because it was the elevator, so I'm hitting the
Oh, it's
button.
the old
and
Solar
shit.
building.
Yeah, on the third floor. So you know how you can't get down. You gotta I'm hitting that motherfucker trying to get down, and he called me, grabbed me, put me up against the wall, like, blood, you told him not to sign that contract. I said, shit. I said, look, better get your hands off me. Because when you let me go, I'm calling all my homeboys. So we used to bump heads. We bumped heads a couple times, just bumping heads. So that probably was like, but we was cool. But I guess when it came down to everybody really being a part of this thing, it was like, we ain't got no spot for you. So I was crushed. I went, got at Dre, like, what's up, man? Like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? He's like, just go be your own man and just don't even get involved in this shit. Just be your own man and do your thing. So I'm like, you just imagine. I look up to you. You my dog, like my best friend. You are my best friend. Everybody else there, Nate and Daz, Corrupt, everybody, I can't do nothing. I can't be with these niggas building and trying to do this and do that. So I was like, fuck it. I left. But then I would still come around. And actually me coming around is what introduced me to getting my first placement. Because I came to the studio with Snoop and Dre, and John Singleton and Paul Stewart came in looking for songs for the Poetic Justice soundtrack.
Yeah.
So I got at him like, look, let me play this record for you. Can I, so me and Paul went to the car, popped the cassette in there. He was like, hold up. As soon as that's probably maybe like 15, 20 seconds, he was like, hold up, can I take this with me? I said, hell yeah. And I said, just give me my shit back. I want it back. And took it, called me a few days after that, said we want this to be the first single to the Poetic Justice soundtrack. And that was Indo Smoke. And shit, I thought I was rich.
Yeah.
As soon as they said, we're going to give you a deal, I said, shit, I'm getting ready to be rich. I think I got maybe like $20,000 for doing that song. It was with Mr. Grimm. I think he got maybe like 25. I got 25. But that was it. Perfect.
And then that's Nate on the hook.
And I brought Nate in. Yeah, I brought Nate in. And shit, that opened up the doors. And that opened up the doors. And right after that, John and Paul got a call from a bunch of companies was calling them, but Paul was really tight with Def Jam. So Def Jam was chiming in like, we want to talk to the guy who did Indo Smoke. So they was like,
because was Mr. Grimm already signed?
No, Mr. Grimm wasn't.
He wasn't signed.
He wasn't signed.
So neither one of y'all are signed.
No, we wasn't signed.
With a soundtrack placement.
Yeah.
See, people don't that, especially back then.
Yeah.
What that meant, the first single to a major movie.
Yeah.
Because they really was working those records.
Yes.
Yeah.
And both of the artists that are on the song,
Yeah.
or actually two of the artists on the song are unsigned because Nate was with Death Row.
No, Nate was not with
everybody's
Death Row then.
Oh shit.
So we Def Jam called and they was like, we like the guy on Indo Smoke. I'm on the call with him. We like the guy on the Indo Smoke. We want to sign him, and this, that, and this. So I was like, damn. I was charged up because I'm like, yeah, I'm producing this whole album. Period.
Yeah.
They can't tell me shit. They was like the guy that had like the singing melody to his voice while he was rapping. That's the guy right there. We want him at Def Jam. And I said, you mean hey, inhale, exhale with my flow. That guy? They was like, yeah. I said, that's me. I said, hey, that's me. And he was like, well, we want to sign you. And I was like, you serious? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, shit. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. And
he had to act like it wasn't him at first. Which one y'all talking about?
No, because I'm me? Mr. Grimm was the guy.
Right, was his song.
He was the guy. So I was like, shit, I done graduated. I got an artist that's gonna get signed. And when he said it was me, I was like, oh shit. And after that, they flew to L.A. Chris Lighty, Tracy Waples, and Leora Cohen flew to L.A. We went to a steakhouse, had some good food.
Because are you living with Dre still? No, or at this point,
at this point, that point, I was back in the hood. I was living with my sister on Cedar, a street called Cedar in Long Beach. I was sleeping on the floor. And all I had was my crate, which was a bunch of the records from the Chronic. I used to carry that crate everywhere. That crate, I still got that crate too. That crate, my Technique 1200 and my MPC 60. That's all I had because back then I was just a sampler as far as production wise, and that set it off. That set it off, and I did the deal with Def Jam. I think my budget was like $350,000 or something like that, and that was amazing to me.
Well, you gonna be producing the whole album,
and it's your whole album.
But look what I did. They was like, well, we want to set up the studio time and this. I said, no. I said, I'm gonna get my own studio. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my own equipment. I went right to Nadine's, and guess who sold me my equipment? Ty Dolla $ign's daddy.
No way.
Tyrone. His name
Tyrone.
that's Ty Dolla Sign's name too.
yeah.
Tyrone. His dad sold me my first equipment. I went in that mug and bought it was not the ADAT machine, it was the D888.
Yeah.
I bought 3 of them.
Yeah.
I bought the controller.
Yeah,
I
give me
bought
3 of those.
Mackie. I had a Mackie board.
Yeah.
I
had
You wouldn't got right.
Yeah.
I had everything. I put it all in my apartment. I went and got an apartment. I put it all in there, and that's when I started recording music and stuff like that.
Nobody was thinking like
Man.
today. You look weird if you don't have a home setup.
A home setup, right.
If you don't have a computer with the
Right.
traveling, but back then,
But he had, he had the cheat code, though.
he was
had the cheat
already
code.
he was he
He had already seen
had
it.
seen with Drake.
And you had already understood, like, I
Yeah.
don't need this studio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From a
nah.
budget
From
standpoint.
a budget
Yeah,
standpoint.
nah, I can
Nobody knows
Yeah.
that
I can
when they
record
first
my
get
shit.
signed.
Yeah.
When I first got signed, it said, we putting you at Sony, Electric Light. I
Yeah.
said, sign me up.
Yeah.
I want to record in the finest of studio palaces.
$1,500
Yeah.
Run
a
my
day.
budget up. I looked up, I was like, what's
Yeah.
this number right here? They say, oh, what is this? I don't know none of this. That's your studio and your food budget. And
Yeah.
I said, your hotel. And you said, what?
And you
Had I
didn't-
known?
What
Yeah.
Warren G knew. Yeah. That whole budget would have been in your pocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
More money for the strip
I
club.
could have
Yeah.
just finished my mama's basement
Yeah, you could have
and
finished her
had my
basement.
studio down there because I was already
Yeah.
making the beats down there, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
have that information.
Yeah.
So
I
the
just-
whole Regulate album is done in your apartment.
Done in my apartment, right in my bedroom, and the bathroom was the vocal
It
booth.
was a vocal booth.
Yeah, it was crazy. But the song "Regulate" actually, that came from I'm a super record digger, so I go to any record store, no matter where I see it. Oh shit, I pull over and go in that motherfucker and just start digging and buy records. So I was on my way home one night, getting ready to go back to my apartment, and I was in Hollywood, and I stopped at Roscoe's, and it was a dude out in front of Roscoe's with incense and shit burning, and he just trying to make some money, so he was selling shit, and he had a crate of records. So I said, you selling those? He was like, yeah, I sell them for $2 for a record and this, that, and this. So I said, nigga, I want to buy the whole crate. So I laced him, poop, poop, poop. I think I gave him like $500. And I took the whole crate of records and I took that shit home and was digging through the records. I knew Keep Forgetting from my parents playing.
Right.
But I was refreshed again when I dug through
the
my
records,
records and
yeah.
playing them.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, boom, 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 boom. I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
If I flip this, I flipped that motherfucker immediately. I sampled it in parts, and I had it all in parts, and I put it together, put the samples together, put the drums together. So I pieced it all together, but I didn't have, all I had was the beat. That was it. So around that time, we used to have a saying where we were like, we got to regulate this. Or we got to regulate the situation. Hey,
yeah.
y'all got to regulate. That was our
Yes.
word
Yeah,
at that
handle
time.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to regulate
yeah.
this shit. So I was like, I'm going to call this shit Regulate. I had the title before Nate even got on the record. So I had to think of like something that I could put on there as an introduction, like how we was doing on the Chronic. Like we would do introductions with the skits or whatever. So I had I was watching Young Guns with Emilio Estevez and those guys. I was watching Young Guns, and I came across the part where the guy said, we work for Mr. Tinsdale as regulators. When he said that shit, I kept listening. My shit opened up, like my eyes was like, he said, we regulate any still in this. He said, we work for Mr. Tinsdale as regulators. We regulate something. I can't remember everything, but I chopped up each part.
Yeah.
Though it didn't say that, and if you listen to the original, when he say some other shit before he say, we regulate anything that is property. We're damn good. All those were pieces. I put that together.
Yeah, I got to know how to handle piece still.
Yeah. Earn your keep.
Earn your keep.
Boop, I hit this one, took that part, boom, sampled that part, and I put them together. And what I did was I remember the numbers on the VCR, and I took the quarter. I went from quarter inch out of the VCR into my MPC 60. I went from RCA to quarter inch into to my MPC 60, and that's how I sampled everything from up off the VCR tape.
Yeah.
And that shit, when I played that shit for Def Jam, they was like, damn, they couldn't believe it. But I still think they wasn't like into
fully sold.
Yeah. So I made all of that shit happen. I'm telling you. So I was like, I kept doing music. I had Indo Smoke. It was bubbling everywhere. We had the whole.
So are you doing shows? Are you and Mr. Grimm doing shows too?
We was doing shows. Actually, that got kind of ugly. We was doing shows, and Grimm started doing shows without us, and doing Indo Smoke, doing all kind of shit. So we like, damn. What's up? Like, that's us together. Let us eat too. So me and him started doing gigs, and then Nate wasn't involved. So Nate got pissed off about it, and so Graham was with me. I swear to God, I didn't set him up or nothing like that, but he was with me, and we pulled up at Snoop's. So I'm not thinking that Nate gonna be tripping.
Yeah.
So Nate got out the car. He came down from the Snoop's apartment. Came down to the car and just started tripping on Mr. Grimm, like, nigga, what's up? So, and then Joe Cool, and they roughed him up.
Oh shit.
Roughed him up, and I felt bad because I'm like, but I was like, no, in the mix of it, like, get back, man, yo. But he was doing some things that wasn't cool, and I was crushed about that because Grimm was my guy. But I'm like, you can't do that, man. You gotta. We're a team. When all these niggas that's around, we family. We tight. We don't do that. We don't cut nobody throat. We work together. Mm-hmm. So you can't do that. And that's what I talked about on this. Do you see on the Regulate the G Funk Era album? But that was a whole nother thing that happened. But after that. Like I said, Def Jam, I still kind of felt like, because I was from the West Coast, it was like...
They didn't fully get it.
Yeah, but they knew they wanted to work with me because of the style I had. Mm-hmm. So I was the type, and I'm still like that I was like, I'm going to push regardless whether they pushing for me or not, I'm going to push. So I ended up going to the studio with Dre. I had Indo Smoke cracking. I was cool. I wasn't tripping or nothing. So I would still go hang out with Dre, hang out with Snoop and them, here and there, pop up at the studio. Went and hung out with Dre, and Mike Lynn was one of his guys. Yeah. I said, Mike, I just did the bomb-ass song with Nate. I want you to hear it. So went to the car. Same shit. Went to the car, put the tape. No, it was a CD this time. I stepped my game up there. I was able to get a car from the budget, and so I had a CD player, and played it. And Mike Lynn was like, "Man, that shit is banging." He said, "Let me play this song for Jimmy. Can I?" I said, "Hell yeah, play it for him." So he played it for Jimmy because he was in charge of getting the talent for the soundtrack. So he took the shit to Jimmy. Jimmy heard it and was like, called and was like, "We want this to be the first single on the Blood of Rim soundtrack." I was like, and it was Regulate. So that's when Suge and Russell and all them, that's when they had to talk, and it kind of became like a pissing contest, I guess you could say. But they had to roll with the punches, Russell and them, because these guys are my guys, and I want to do this with them. So they had to roll with it, and it became the first single, which it was good for us. It was good for us at Def Jam. So We did the Butter Rim came out, Regulate set it off, the whole thing sold like 4 million. I ain't never got a royalty check from a Butter Rim either. Never got a royalty check.
Huh?
Never got a royalty check from a Butter Rim. I never seen that shit on my shit from a Butter Rim. I get them now, but I don't get them from that.
From that.
Never. So when I get a check from Death Row, it'd be 20 cents or some crazy shit.
So, because that's what I was gonna ask too. With the sample, at that point,
I don't think it was a thing at that point.
are you guys having to clear samples or no?
Well, with the keep forgetting, we had to clear that with the Doobie Brothers and Michael McDonald. So how it got split was I had 25%. Nate and Death Row or Suge had 25%. The Doobie Brothers 25%, and Michael McDonald 25%. But Michael McDonald was getting the Doobies and him. So that's how it was all split up. So, but for some reason, I don't know what happened, but
You never received a royalty from
I've never got no royalty.
But you did
from
have album rights.
Yeah,
and was able to put.
Well, watch this.
Okay.
The twist. This is why.
All right.
This is why
it's the R&B Money Podcast, and we like to talk this business.
Yeah, this is why it started getting brutal.
Yeah,
because Def Jam and Suge and Russell, they outslicked Suge. Now they was like, okay, this what we gonna do. They said, okay, the soundtrack, boom, set it off, boom, that's cracking. We took the Regulate single, repackaged everything, and then we re-released it again as my single.
Okay.
And it was the first single off my single, and then my shit sold 4 million records.
So Regulate helped sell 8 million records.
It's probably more, I'm sure.
I'm
more
just saying
than
between
that.
two different albums, though.
Yeah, and in the process of that is when on top of that, I dropped this DJ like right when that was cracking. I dropped this on top of it. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. They was like, wow. And New York Arms was like, they was loving. They loved
to a New York
But
label.
that's the thing. Well,
Yeah.
Give me the year that
It's
that,
94.
94.
94. Yeah.
It was 94.
That's 94.
And then, but then that's once again that all that happened, and then that's when I started tapping back in with Snoop now when they was working on Doggy Style. They was at I forgot the record. I mean the studio. It was off of Santa Monica, right by the 405. You go the Village recording. They was working on the Doggy Style up there, and came up in there. I walked right in there. Ain't No Fun. They was in there working on it. When I walked in,
and you already cracking too.
Indo Smoke.
You already cracking.
Indo Smoke was cracking. Regulate was cracking as well.
Yeah.
It was like building.
Yeah, come on, Warren, get on this.
And so I jumped right on that. I jumped right on there and just.
Now I know why your verse came in like that. Because you was already hot. Woo!
Yeah, that's so I wanted because that would refresh. Look, that would refresh everybody. Okay, it's that dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That guy that did that
The
song.
Indo Smoke.
Yeah. So I came in and they had laid their verses, and they was like, "Warren, you got a verse?" I was like, "Shit, yeah."
Hell yeah.
You went right in that motherfucker. Woo! Hey, now you know. Inhale, exhale with my flow. 1 for the money, 2 for the bitches, 3 to get ready, and 4 to hit the switches in my Chevy. 6'4" rag to be exact, with bitches on my side and bitches on my back. So back up, bitch, because I'm struggling. Just get on your knees and then start juggling. These motherfucking nuts in your mouth. It's me, Warren G, the nigga with the clout. Woo!
Yeah. Come on, man.
Hey, it was that shit.
Oh, I'm in middle school all over again.
Man, we had so much fun. All that shit was fun.
But then the other part that's like a hidden thing, they're playing Indo Smoke on the intro of Murder Was the Case.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. What that?
How did that? They're playing your verse.
Yeah. The bad guys is playing the guy playing in, listening to my shit.
Yeah. So
I'm like, nigga, how y'all gonna have my shit playing?
But even from that though, that's also a publishing play.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but
It
that
is.
that was more actually that Indo Smoke was shit. I ain't seen no royalty from that shit. That's Sony.
Hey man, you got
That
any
was
royalties
Sony.
from Hoochie Coochie Man?
Man, that's Sony. They send me statements and shit, but no description, nothing, and it'd be like $1. Nigga, are you kidding me? Don't send me this shit. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm
like, don't send me this shit.
It might be time for an audit.
I mean,
You gotta I know for a fact you got money
Sitting somewhere.
floating, millions floating,
it's a bunch of
and they living off your interests.
It's I mean that's why UMG they make sure them quarterly when that quarter come they make sure okay, boom it come, but it's I know it's more, but
It's always
I got
more.
maybe like 4 more years, and then it's all reverted back to me. So then I could live off of it. All that shit gonna come to me. The master publishing is mine.
I'm telling you that
Yeah.
audit is gonna tell you a story
Oh yeah,
about the reality
yeah.
of what your music has done. They don't nobody like to see nothing with no audit connected to it.
Yeah.
Because the books, you talk about cooking books back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they can kind of cook the numbers now. It's all digital at this point.
Yeah.
But back then, when motherfucker had to write it in,
Yeah.
yeah, here's what it is. Type that in there.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And actually the UMG stuff probably kicked in like the last maybe 4 or 5 years. I wasn't getting nothing from nowhere.
Something you did 30
But
years
out
ago.
of the blue, they hit me like, did you did this and you did that and da-da-da-da-da and this da-da-da-da-da, that's all you? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And they was like, we didn't know where to start sending your royalties from your stuff. So boom, that started kicking in.
Was it retroactive though? Did they send you a lump from what had been?
No lump.
Oh yeah.
No
yeah,
lump.
yeah.
Just started sending me just whatever.
What was coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
But,
that lump. We need that lump.
Yeah,
Wait,
but I've got at them like, the way I look at it is like, damn, I put in a lot of work for this company and it's $1 billion company right now. What the hell is my shit gonna do for y'all when you got Kanye and you got Rihanna and y'all got Drake and all these other people in that system and y'all want to hold on to my shit, even though, Regulate is still like it's new to the new generation.
Yeah.
They love it. So it keep every generation is getting
whatever they don't send you is gaining interest. They're
Yeah.
making interest. They're making interest off your money.
Yeah.
And all those names you say,
Mm-hmm.
they got some of theirs too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They got to audit it the same way.
Nobody's immune
To the audit.
Yeah.
to the we're gonna keep a little bit and see if they notice.
Yeah.
They done kept a lot.
Nigga,
Yeah.
hold this
Look,
over here.
I Want It All album. Never seen a royalty. In the Midnight Hour. Never seen a royalty.
So Def Jam, UMG is not sending any royalties from those
The
albums.
UMG, these are other companies. I Want It All is BMG.
Oh, okay.
In the Midnight Hour was a company called Hawaiiano, which was through Red. But the head guy,
Sony Red.
I guess I don't know. I guess it was Sony Red. I think it was Sony Red or Red Records or something like. It was something like Big Red or Red, something like that.
Yeah, it sounds like you signed the Big Red now. Shit.
The head guy, his name was Kyle. He went to the feds, so that album got lost in the shuffle. To when I looked recently, and I'm like, who in the fuck is Peppermint? Because I'm owning those masters. That's my masters. So where the fuck is my money at with this shit? I've been not on it. You know what I mean? Like saying like, cause I'm like, this shit ain't nothing but a headache. So I'll be like, fuck it, I ain't tripping. But that I ain't tripping is I should be tripping.
That's honestly what most of these major corporations bank on.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't want to go through the whole process.
Yep.
So they
And I got caught up in that.
Yep.
And
Because it costs. Listen,
It costs.
That audit costs.
It costs.
Litigation costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that costs.
That's how the big bank take low bank.
Yeah.
They'll exhaust you.
Yeah, and I'm my master publishing, all that shit is mine. I never, that's my shit. And I got offered like back in the day, I got offered publishing deals for like $350,000, $500,000. That was a lot in that back then. And I was like, damn, if this motherfucker want to give me this shit, what can I make? So went on tour. It was me, R. Kelly, Heavy D, me, R. Kelly, Heavy D, Coolio, The Brat. Aaliyah was on tour with us. Damn, who else was on tour with us?
All on
Heavy D
one
and the
show.
Boys.
On one
Yeah, we was
package.
all on.
Yeah.
It was an Al Heyman tour.
Oh, for sure.
Great dude.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I mean, incredible.
Put on the best shows.
Yeah.
When they asked me to be a part of the tour, he sent me like 10 bottles of Cristal, a big ass thing of flowers just in the house, fruit trays. I mean, like it was shit everywhere. And just a cool dude, period. He made it, everything laid out for me. I was on tour and I had an accountant. I had an accountant before that robbed me. One of my guys turned me on to an accountant to where I gave him, authority to sign for me for checks and shit like that. So I'm like, damn, where the fuck is all my money going? I was getting a little money here and there, but I'm like, damn, where's my shit going? And so I left him, got with an accountant. I made sure with that accountant, I said, no signing, no checks. Mail me my shit. And so they mailed me checks and stuff to sign, because I had a little bit of bread from the Def Jam shit, my budget and all that stuff. But I got a royalty check, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was a lot of money. So I'm like, you mean to tell me this is what the fuck I make from doing my music and this, that, and this? So I was like, damn, that I really started going ham after that.
Yeah, right.
I said, oh, I'm in the studio every motherfucking day now. Shit. So got off tour. I went straight to the Mercedes-Benz place and bought me a 600 SL 2-seater. Bam, cash. There you go.
Bam,
Took
cash.
off.
Took off.
I jumped right in that baby.
What year is this you get the 600?
That was 90, it was like 94. It was 90, all this was in 94.
694?
Yeah, this was all in 94.
You
I bought a
around LA in a 600?
64. I bought that, bought me a house, I bought all kind of shit. And I was just tripping like, damn, I didn't understand what royalties and all that shit was. I just knew, I just wanted people to know who I was, and for me to do my music and everybody love it and singing to it, and I wasn't tripping off of nothing else,
So back then, because now it's on top of the shows, it's also like the after, you getting paid for like hostings, after parties. Was y'all doing that too, or was you just doing the shows?
I was just doing the shows. I can't recall.
After parties even started.
Yeah,
that's why I asked.
I don't remember doing no after parties, but I used to do the Def Jam Christmas parties. Wow, cracking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I did all of those. I actually had a fight. We was filming the show, and I had a fight at the show. It was a dude threw a CD at me, and I told him, you do that shit again, I'm coming down there and I'm gonna sock your ass. He did it again. I jumped right off the stage.
What kind of niggas in the crowd just throwing shit?
They never had that on the film. They took that shit out because they probably would have tried to sue me.
Yeah.
I'm sure, because I had the mic in my hand, just wow. I mean, I hit him hard. Then I started tripping on Method Man, Biggie, everybody. I'm like, y'all, you motherfuckers tripping too, nigga.
Oh, this
What's
is the
up?
Christmas party?
This was the filming of the show, but I got kicked out of this filming. Of the Christmas party was happening, but we did a filming of the show in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
So we in Philadelphia doing that. It was, everybody was there. Run DMC, everybody. I started tripping on everybody. Cause I felt like, damn, you niggas is tripping on me. Cause it wasn't no, so I started thinking like, damn, it must be some East Coast West Coast shit. So I started tripping on all Snoop and them. Everybody was looking like, Warren, you tripping. I went bananas, and they, like Russell said, and with the Muslims, they said, you come in here, we're March, you come in here, we're gonna march your ass out. Them motherfuckers came in there, do. They came in there, grab me warm, march my ass right out of that motherfucker, boop. And they put me right in the car, and they jumped in the car too. The Muslims and me, the twins off. They made us get right in the car to the train station, put me on the train, and sent me straight to the World Trade Center, to the hotel. Already booked everything, and then that same night, the Christmas party was there. Yeah.
Oh, he's in Philly too.
Yeah,
we gotta get more about it.
They marched my ass right up out that motherfucking foot, straight to the train station. Jumped on the train, made sure I was on there. Boom, and then and when I got to New York, all the other security was there waiting for me when I got off.
Did you produce every song on that first album?
Every song. Yeah, every album you heard from me, I produced
every song.
Every song. Yeah, I did a lot for
for me. Records and entertainment.
That's why when he looked at that royalty check, he said,
"Yeah, yeah, all of it."
I wish I could have seen one of them chronic royalty checks though. God,
I can only imagine.
I need, you know what? I need to produce my whole album.
Do it.
I need to just do.
I think it's time. I think it's time for you to do that. For sure.
You know how to play.
Yeah. No, he produced.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
But he just never does the whole album. He never does the whole album.
Well, I mean, you could get like help as far as like if you need guys like with the drum, if you want some drums, like different.
No, you know what it is? I get inspired differently by other people's, you know, other people's artistic expression. It sends me into different places, but I'm really good at making sure that the collection of music all marries.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm really good at that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And then it's like, you know, when you just start tacking on the workload and then you add kids to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
believe me,
do I have time?
Yeah, believe me, I know it.
Yeah.
Are you still producing every day?
Yeah.
You still fucking around every day?
I was just on the way here. I was just digging through. I got a bunch of dope ass samples. I was just listening to them. Actually, I took one of them and popped it right in Logic, mashed it up, so I don't have to chop too much like I do in the MPC.
Yeah. It's way different now.
Importing it, to stretch it and
to do everything,
line it right up, and then I get the scissors and whop, cut that.
Can we talk about the production side for a minute?
Yeah, definitely.
The Dove Shack.
I didn't. So
you didn't do Summertime?
I didn't produce that.
You know that's like I guess an urban legend. Then
everybody think I did that. I didn't produce Summertime in the LBC. Or Ain't No Fun. I didn't produce that either. Everybody think I produced Ain't No Fun. I did This Is the Shack. I produced that with the Dove Shack.
Yeah, with the Dove Shack.
I gave them a shot on my album, like, and that was my thing, which I also learned from Dre, is that it's my album, but I'm gonna bring these people in here to introduce them to the world through me.
Gotcha.
So people will learn who they are, and then I could take that artist and put them out.
Right.
So that was the whole thing.
So the artists that you were working with, Dove Shack, the Twins,
5-footers,
were they
skills.
Were they coming through your label or through your imprint, or?
Yeah, it was. Well, the Dove Shack. Actually, I got on that one because Def Jam asked me if they could claim G-Funk, say that they part of G-Funk, but I didn't get a check out of it.
But they was from Long Beach too.
Yeah, so that's why they did that.
Right.
Co-signed in a sense.
Yes, but they had everything. Dove Shack, like they G-Funk.
Right.
So that's
but you
why
weren't actually.
They wasn't actually signed to me.
Okay.
And I didn't get nothing out of that. I was like, okay, y'all got me. Ain't this a bitch?
Credit, no.
They got me.
Gotcha.
The streets believe you produced Summertime in the LBC, so that's you got out.
I mean, my name is said in it, so that's why I have it in my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they, all of the hoes want to kick it with me.
Yeah.
Because I run with
Warren G.
They all say that.
Yeah. So are the Twins signed to Def Jam at the time too? With Round and Round?
No, that they signed to me through Def, and then it was Def Jam gave me a deal, and I signed the Twins. I signed the Twins, and then I had signed the 5 footers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty much all I had started doing. Other than that, I was producing outside. Just that, because that's what I love to do. So I was just like, even like people don't even know I did the Pick It Up remix for Red Man back in the day.
Oh,
Pick it up. I did the remix.
Mm-hmm.
That boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah, pick it up. My guy Jermaine, I said, boy, Jermaine, you a cold motherfucker. He did that remix, the same sample, took the same sample and did the remix with I got this.
Oh, Drew Hill. No, it's the Drew. Yeah, it's the Drew Hill.
Yeah, I was pissed off. I said, Jermaine, you motherfucker. I said, this nigga took the same sample and did. I was pissed.
Jermaine is a child of the G-Funk.
Yeah.
For sure, though.
Well, yeah,
just with Snoop, like all the Funktified stuff he did with Bow Wow, with the Brad then Bow Wow, like he definitely is influenced.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he would say that you know what I mean, he's influenced from that sound and what y'all was doing.
That's my guy. I was pissed off though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never told him either.
That remix was going too. That In My Bed remix.
Oh my God, I was pissed off because it was pick it up, and then he dropped right on top, right on. I said, oh my God.
But then your favorite, my favorite of your production side outside of your music as an artist was Leave You Alone.
Oh yeah,
the Jeezy record.
Yeah.
Which I think that caught everybody off guard.
It was kind. That record was pretty old. Like that record was at least shit. That record was super old when he got. I still got the old hook on it. That it was a hook on there, but one of my guys contacted me, said that, you know, from another guy that I know that's locked up in Georgia, met some of his homies called my homies, so they hit me like, Warren, Jeezy needs some tracks. So I brought like 10 beats on a disc. He took like 4 of them, and I didn't hear nothing else from him. I was like, shit, I guess the nigga ain't tripping, he don't want nothing. So it probably, I say right around like December, it was like right before Christmas Eve, Kevin Lyles called me, and he was just like, Warren, where you at? And I was like, I'm at home. He said, I'm sitting right here with young Jeezy. And he said, Jeezy right here. He said, Warren, what's up? I said, what's up? He said, what's up, man? He said, nigga, we got a single, nigga, that's our single right here. Listen. And I was listening, and it sounded like they was in a club, and she said, you ain't no good. I said, what? He said, I said, nigga, you put Neo on that motherfucker? He's like, I put Neo on it. I said, oh my God. I was like, this shit is banging. Yeah, that motherfucker was banging.
Extra cheap, 5 cheese.
I was telling
that record was,
I took one trip with Willie McGinnis' crazy ass to Las Vegas for a fight. It was 20 of us on a private jet.
Yeah.
From what's the private airport right next to LAX? No, the one
next to LAX.
Signature.
Yeah, Signature.
Yeah.
He tell me and Bob, the plane don't leave till y'all show up. I'm like, I guess we're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
The whole weekend, all he played was Leave You Alone.
Oh wow.
So to this day, when I look at my phone, and you know how before you open the text, it'll give you like the first line. It always says "she said." To this day, and he like, and I call him like, "She said." I'm like, "What's wrong with you, dog?"
Oh yeah,
the whole weekend,
Willie,
super smash.
It was everything about it was dope. Like I was just charged up, and then I got hit. They were saying that it was a sample from Lonnie Liston. And I was like, that ain't no sample from Lonnie Liston. I said, this is all original. I don't know why they saying that, you know, and I'm a fan of Lonnie Liston still. So I had to go, and this is a cold one, like when you run into that problem. I had a buddy who was tight with the musical directors at Berkeley. So I sent him the Lonnie Liston record, and I sent him my record.
Yeah.
And he wrote out all the notes, compared everything.
Yeah.
To and
We've
showed that
Been there.
exactly. And I said,
the
now
musicologists.
look, I said, now check this out. Do y'all want to go to court? Look at this right here, and if y'all want to keep going, we can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So they finally was like, all right, you got us. Break bread.
Give me my money.
Give me my motherfucking money, because they wasn't giving me my money. So
They held your money up.
Oh, they had to break bread.
Yeah.
And I'm
Throw
like,
litigation,
damn, break bread, give it up, And I just, after that, I was just like, this a cold game. But that was one of my guys turned me on to that, which saved the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Question: When you were watching Dre do his thing, and you was like, man, that's inspiring. I wanna figure that out. Show me a couple moves on this MP. Show me a couple moves, on this DJ rig. I know when I was a kid, when I first got my MPC or first got my keyboard, first synthesizer.
Yeah.
I felt like in the moment I had arrived.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was all of this stuff after the fact. You know what I mean? I never imagined, like, as we sit here right now, I never imagined being here because I didn't even know what here was.
Yeah.
Like, when you look back on that and say, hey, man, I just want to learn that.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine that you would be here and as influential as you are today? Never crossed my mind, like, being, because, like, people be like, you a legend and this, that, and this. And I'm like, damn. I didn't think I was going I didn't know it was gonna turn out like this, but my whole thing was, and I'm still like that, is I just want people to hear my music and be inspired by it. And the high I get out of it is when we can all be in that motherfucker party and having a good time. Yeah.
Because when I do my shows, I tell them, I'm like, shit, I ain't just here doing my show. I'm here, we in here having this is everything. I'm up here because I talk to them at the same time while I'm on the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm saying we having a conversation with this here, even though I'm doing this music, and I really just be talking to them like about a lot of shit, and then it'll end up turning in right to where it slam right into it, and they be like, going crazy, and I'm like, shit.
On the, like that on getting on stage and having people share the intent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like at the same time, where it's like, this is what I designed this for.
Yeah.
And watching people actually fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the coldest magic trick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna, I planned for your body to roll.
Yeah.
Right.
At a minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And your body's rolling.
Yeah. What y'all know about my homeboy Nate D-O-double-G?
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Okay. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. As a singer from the church.
Oh yeah.
As a singer from the church, Nate Dogg is a full deacon.
Yeah. He's straight out the church.
But there's a certain church. The voices are broken up into sections, right? Mm-hmm. Nate Dogg is definitely the lead singer in the men's choir. The men's choir was always the older men, and there was always one or two guys that sang all the solos. So it was the only two niggas that could sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Nate Dogg.
Yes, indeed.
How do you turn that voice into when I met? How does that happen? How did you believe that?
That's because he came from the church, but then all the street element, it was all
he
of
was
that
in
at
the
the
shit
same.
though.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember when I first came to LA. When I first came to LA, we used to hoot with Nate Dogg.
No,
Me and
way.
Bob. No.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg would pull up in a limo
Yeah.
He had like a stretch. I don't know. Nobody else was in
we
limos.
We called it the sublimo.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
It was
what
like
you're
a
talking
stretch,
about.
like escalator.
It was a
suburban.
We called it the sublimo.
I'm not lying, bro. You thought I was lying. Ask Bob. He would pull up to the LA Fitness, bro.
No
in the
way.
stretch suburban.
In the sublimo. That's
and
what
come
we called
who?
it. Yeah.
Having you feel me with him.
Yeah. The sublimo?
The sublimo.
Yeah, and Mike had a Henny with him.
Yeah. He doing some work in that sublimo. I get it. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I know what you need.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's Nate Dogg is really Nate Dogg.
For
He
real.
really is.
He's for y'all to see that, put that voice in those spaces.
In those spaces. Yeah.
Genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I took him and
The king of the hood.
I would take him and you know, I'll tell him, Nate, let's be different from everybody else. And he would just he even sung, I forgot how the song went, but he while he was singing his verse, he added that I have had the time of my life. And girl, this before. And then he said something true. It's the truth. Oh, that shit was cool. I got all of that stuff. I got records with me and him on ADAT that I gotta burn over to transfer. Yeah, I got crates. I got like 3 giant crates of just all the albums I did, all that shit I did. And
I just couldn't believe it. I was like,
Yeah.
Deacon Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
straight up,
is
his mother
killing this.
she don't mess with no rap, no nothing, but church,
Just church.
strictly. And she taught his whole family, his sisters, his brothers, all of them came right out to church. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, bless that brother, man.
Yeah.
An original one-on-one.
I got some songs. I got some records that
We need those
that
to see
we
the light
got.
of day, bro.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
those to see the light of day.
I got a song with him called "Oh Girl." Oh girl. Oh my God!
Why not?
It's dope. I mean, I'm gonna drop it. It's
Why not?
I be liking to just listen to the shit.
You selfish, man.
I just be liking to listen to it.
I know, but
We all want to listen
what
to
about
it.
us, man?
We all want to listen to it.
I'm gonna put it together. We got another one. We got one called "Baby Daddy."
I know it's
She
cracking.
gave me love, gave me sex. You let my friends see your breasts. I'm stuck with you. You let my friends. I'm stuck with you nonetheless. Cause I'm your baby daddy. It's hard.
Hey, man.
It's
Come
already.
on, man.
I just haven't put my vocals on it, but we did it. I did, but I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like my vocals, but if I redid it, I would change the music. I still keep, he gonna still. I just figure out what note, what notes he's in,
Mhm, the key
and
is
then
in.
build
Yeah.
around. Yeah, what key in my bad, and then
Yeah.
build around it. But Nate was a monster.
You owe us that, bro.
I'm gonna do it.
You owe us that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Independent. I'm an independent guy. I'm gonna do it.
But just even what you just sang,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be riding around.
it's,
to that.
Yes.
he's early. He gonna call me early. Nigga, you heard this new shit, nigga? 6 in the morning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it together, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it together. I got a lot of dope records. Shit that people ain't heard. That's really dope. I just love doing it, man.
Yeah.
Love just that's what I love to do. Just get in the studio, like the chemistry when I get in the studio with me and Snoop and the Dog Pound, Nate, all of us, Rage and Jewel, when we all in the studio, RBX, our shit is just the idea just comes out of like it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could drop something on the floor, the idea come out of that.
Spilled his weed. Yeah, that's a song. Nigga.
Like
Yeah.
we got a song called Joystick. We playing the motherfucking Xbox. Nate tell the engineer, hold up. turn the mic on because the beat was playing and we was just listening because me and him was working on an album at that time and the music playing. So he said, stop, turn on the microphone. So he turned the microphone on. He went right in there, put the joystick down, and when soon as it started, she said she wants to ride my joystick. She wants to ride. She wants to ride it, act like she wanna ride my joystick. We was like, nigga, what the
All playing the game.
While we stopped the game.
Yeah.
He stopped and told the engineer, turn the mic on.
Here it is.
And went right in there and recorded that shit. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the magic of making music that I pray
that we get back to.
Everybody just don't forget about, man. Getting in those rooms together.
Yeah. And that's I say
making that music, man.
I be telling all the artists out there, like, they'd be like, Warren, send me a pack or send me this. Like, nigga, you gotta come to the lab. Let's sit in here and vibe out, nigga. I'm a barbecue, the whole nine.
Yeah.
We gonna be in that motherfucker having a good time and vibing and create some dope shit because it's gonna happen.
Because I'm wondering why you didn't bring no barbecue. Because I mean, I see the Sniffin Griffin.
I
see the hoodie.
If I would have known, I would have hooked y'all up. I'd have cooked a bunch of shit up.
Damn.
You be chefing?
That's what I do.
So we're gonna blame
Outside of music,
Ruben.
I love
We're
to
gonna
cook.
blame Ruben for not being like,
Because it's like
bring
production.
the barbecue.
Hey, it's like production.
Yeah.
It's like like doing a beat. You know, you just
Them ingredients.
yeah. You add them ingredients to to make it taste good. And
well, we don't have catering here, so
you know what?
we can
I
you
had
know
a
you
brain
can
fart.
send,
I'm
you can
gonna
send
have
us
a
some.
bunch of. I'm gonna send you guys some. Send everybody some packages of the rubs and sauces. I'm gonna send you guys some stuff. I didn't had a brain fart. I don't know what I was
That's all
thinking.
good.
Got rubs.
I
and-
supposed to have that stuff with me. I didn't have it with me, man.
But shout out the company. It's called Sniffin Griffin.
Sniffin Griffin's BBQ. Yeah, Sniffin Griffin's BBQ. I'm on IG, all the platforms. It's there.
Yeah. We promoting that.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's just what I do outside of music.
Yeah.
No headaches.
Absolutely.
And I could go get down at the festivals with 50,000 people.
Oh, you be out there really doing it.
Yeah, having a good time.
Do you connect it to the music
no
or
fighting,
no?
no fighting, none of that shit, huh?
Do you connect it to the music or no?
Yeah, I do. Like every year I've been doing the bottle rock.
Okay.
You been to bottle
Yeah,
rock? Yeah, that's
man.
the shit.
Okay.
Bottle rock.
Do you
ain't
do
been
the
to bottle
you do the
rock?
taste too? Or you
Oh
don't do the
my God.
taste. You
Huh?
like? Have you started doing like the? You know how they have like the taste of Chicago, taste of LA though.
I was gonna go to Taste of Soul this past weekend. That passed. I seen it was cracking.
Yeah.
I heard that was really live.
So who better cook,
Yeah.
you or E40?
Well, we do two different things. I
Okay.
do
Okay. See,
barbecue.
okay.
I
Then he
do
the going with,
barbecue.
and then he the going with the spoon.
He the gun with the spoon.
Yeah.
But hey,
He's a
you
goon
know, if
with the
he
spoon.
jumped
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
barbecue world,
It's gonna be a
I
brother
say
for.
you goddamn right. I say you put put me up against the clock against his ass. I'm gonna chew his ass up.
Hey, I got an uncle named Uncle Mike. That
Hey.
challenge y'all for everything.
Hey, it's
out of Detroit.
Yeah.
It be
He
again.
won't smoke.
Hey, everybody say that.
Everybody
I'm
say
telling-
it though.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
My slogan is bite through, not fight through.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Bite through, not fight through.
Hey man,
like
come
the
on,
style.
man. We need some of that Sniffin Griffin over here, man.
I like the style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I definitely gotta give it to my brother Ron and say, Ron, what you Ron, what
Yeah.
you think, Ron? 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
every family got their barbecue.
Yeah.
Every single family.
My big daddy
Yeah.
used to barbecue.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was my great grandfather. So
Yes,
he was in
indeed.
charge of the barbecue, and then Uncle Norman, that was
Oh,
my
yeah.
cousin Keisha's. He'd take care of the church and clean up the church, and he'd do the big barbecue. Like
Oh yeah.
You do the sides and everything too. Are you just doing?
Yeah, I do sides. I ain't real super good at the sides, but I do appetizers, I do sides. I got the my beans, my potato salad.
Yeah. What's
I
your
do-
specialty?
As far as the
Like what's
meat?
what you known for?
I'm more of I'm known for flanking ribs. They call
Okay,
it flanking
uh-huh.
ribs, but they beef. And what I do is I make those it's pretty much like a cheat. Instead of waiting on a brisket that take 14 hours, I do those too. You got a flanking that got the bones in it. What I do is I cook those and I make them so tender that when you bite it, it's just as good as a brisket, if not better. And that's my whole thing. And it don't take as long.
Need that.
And it don't take as long.
We need that, Warren.
that.
Come on, man.
Especially if I get the 2-inch cut.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That motherfucker, the 2-inch cut flankers.
You're going to have us on here. Yeah, and this section is brought to you by Sniffin Griffin. Get you some.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely.
That's dope.
That's my specialty. I love cooking brisket. I like doing the pork butts, all that shit. I like doing everything, but the flankings, that's my specialty. Those are my go-to when I actually want to shut it down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that, Uncle Mike?
Huh.
Yeah.
Where your flankings at?
Yes, indeed. Flanking ribs.
Where your flanking ribs?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, shit, this is way, way easier. I love doing brisket. Now, don't get me wrong. Brisket is some of my favorite, one of my favorite meats to smoke.
Yeah.
And the beef back and the beef ribs, actually, the thick, gargantuous ones. I say gargantuous. The big.
We know what you mean.
Yeah,
giant.
Yeah.
Those I love cooking those. I love cooking brisket. Everything, boneless, skinless thighs, chicken breast, portobello mushrooms. I do it all. Vegetables, cabbage. I do everything in the smoker.
Who knew?
Macaroni and cheese. My wife do that, but I put it in there and I cook it in the smoker.
No, it's a known thing that he barbecued.
That's crazy.
It is a known thing. It's a known thing.
I did not know that.
I didn't
The
shut it
pressure
down.
would have been on you, brother.
I would have hooked y'all up.
Oh man.
No, you ain't gotta say woulda.
Yeah,
You are.
no, we
I
right.
got you.
we ain't going nowhere.
I got you.
We'll be here. We'll be
Oh
here.
yeah.
We'll be here.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man.
Play some real music, man.
Play some real music, nigga. Yeah, come on, play some real music, nigga.
For the Warren G.
Yeah.
Soundtrack to our lives, my brother.
Yes, indeed.
You've created some amazing music. You've also been digging through crates
Oh yeah.
since Booth shot Lincoln. At least that's what they say.
They lied to us.
Oh yeah.
So we want to know, as you've been digging through your crates, who are the greats? And we call that here your top 5.
Yeah.
Your top 5.
Come on with it, dog.
Top 5. Your top 5. R&B singers. R&B songs. We've got to know before you go. Here on this show, bring us some ribs from the start. Top 5. Yeah. Top 5. Your top 5.
Yeah.
You might have to sample that.
Oh yeah.
Brother Warren G, your top 5 R&B singers.
All right, let me go on my
Go on to
phone.
the notes. Go on to the notes.
I got Prince.
Yeah.
I got Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Anita Baker.
Ooh.
Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
And Ronald Isley.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
By way of Tank.
Ronald,
By way.
the Ronald closeout is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes indeed.
People don't remember the eras of Ron Isley.
That's 60 years
People
Yeah.
get
of
People
high
get
level
so
vocal.
caught up in la da la da la da. That's not all.
Yeah. Up tempos,
Oh, super
mids,
tempos.
Oh yeah.
ballads.
Oh, he
Everything.
got all of
Everything.
it.
Thing.
Yeah, everything.
I had to go to rediscover it for myself. I was like,
yeah.
that's Ron Isley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 5 R&B songs.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait. I mean, it's hard. It's kind of hard because I love a lot of songs. Like I really love a lot of songs. But these are some of my top songs. This is gonna be my top 5 here. Is Golden Time of Day. Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Yeah.
Caught Up in the Rapture of Love by Anita Baker. Close the Door, Teddy Pendergrass. Playing Your Game, Baby, Barry White. And Lady by the Whispers.
Yeah.
I was gonna I had Lady. I was gonna put Lady from Michael Jackson's Lady
in My Life.
Lady in My Life. I was getting ready to swap, but I said, I gotta keep the Whispers in there.
I can hear you rapping over Golden Time of Day.
I have before. I just haven't put it out. I got it.
I'm hearing that swing.
Boom, boom, boom.
I hear your voice on that.
I did. Yeah.
Gotta get us the music, boy.
Yeah.
Music and barbecue. We need it
that's,
together, man.
That's why I got into barbecue, because it's mute, because it's married.
Oh,
Music.
it's the barbecue,
Yeah.
the family reunion, the
Yes,
cookout, the
indeed.
picnic at the park, like all that is. There's a soundtrack to that.
Yes, indeed.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Let's make a Voltron. Let's make your super R&B artist, where you get different characteristics for that artist. We're gonna add some wrinkles for you. First of all, where you gonna get the vocal from for that artist, the performance style, the styling of the artist, the passion of the artist, and who gonna produce for that motherfucker. Let's start with the vocal. What one vocal you gonna get for your super R&B artist?
Oh, wait. I'd have to roll with on that one. I'd have to say Michael Jackson.
Greatest of all times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah. As far as the
Performance style.
performance style,
The style on stage.
ooh, I'd have to Usher.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, Usher.
Styling. The drip of the artist.
The Drip. Let me see. Let me see. The Drip. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to roll. Oh shit. If I they might
Anybody get mad at you? Anybody get
nah, the Drip I'd have to oh my God. Shit. Let me see. Who's damn.
Michael on the vocal, Usher
Michael,
on the style,
Usher, on
performance
the style, the Drip, God damn it. Oh my God, let me see. Oh my God, it's gonna come to me, guys. Give me.
Take your time. Take your time.
Drip. Oh man. Well, Passion. I'm gonna say Prince.
Yeah, he mean it.
Yeah,
He mean it.
Yeah, Passion, Prince. The Drip. I'd have to say. Shit. Shit. Tank. You.
God damn it, I made that. You trying to tell y'all niggas I be putting that shit on.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, you ain't nothing but Marvin Gaye with jewelry on, nigga.
Shut up. You shut up, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, you know how to dress. I mean, and sing. Shit.
Hey, listen.
All the ladies, I'm telling you.
I was chilling. I had a certain easy, decent regular style.
Yeah.
Until he walks into my closet and says, "We burning all this shit right here. Burn it all." I'm like, "Burn it?" He say, "Burn it." And so after I burn it, it sent me on a mission.
Yeah.
To get fly, man.
To get runway fly.
You get fly.
I want to be early on them.
You putting this shit on.
I'll take chances on them.
Yeah.
I want you gonna be decided on my fit. You either would never wear it or you would wear it right now.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be in the middle. Like, that's cool. Nah, I'm gonna make you make a decision. That's what fashion is. It's self-expression.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Huh?
Warren, you don't know what you just did.
Boy, you shouldn't have never said that.
Who gonna produce, man? Shit.
All right, who's producing for this artist?
Let me see. Any producer?
Any producer.
Yeah, anybody.
Shit. I would say myself, but
Why wouldn't you?
Well, fuck it, I'll produce.
Yeah.
Right. Why not?
Yeah, hey, shit, I'll produce it.
Shit, the whole album.
You've known
album.
to produce a whole album.
Shit, you know
the
how hard
whole
that
album.
is?
Man, it ain't many.
Yeah.
It ain't many.
Yeah,
Ain't
many
many.
people.
yeah,
Very
The whole
small
album.
company.
Top to
Yeah.
bottom.
yeah,
I mean, listen, and really produce it.
yeah.
Really
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah.
Really push those buttons. Really
Yeah.
hook that up into the,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Go from RCA
yeah,
to quarter inch and
yeah. Now, I mean, I get down a little bit up throughout the years of just being around a lot of musicians and people that sing. Kind of like I didn't have to go to school for music theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just automatically just started sinking in the beginning. I knew what I wanted, but I couldn't do a lot of it. But it slowly built on me to where I started messing with the keyboards and just start, damn, okay, this is this, boom, boom, okay, it's starting to come together to me. To where now I know, songs, I say, I want to do this song in C minor, and I know what the scale, the C minor scale, so I know where to go with it and add like a bunch of stuff, add in like the horns or the strings or even a choir. I just did a record for me and Wiz called Mad at All, to where I brought in the choir towards the end of the song. I didn't bring them in during the song, but at the end of the song, they come in like damn near like we in church. I mean, I just learned a whole lot just through my journey.
well, you would learn that producing is orchestrating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
this is the vision of the record. I'm gonna pull Quincy Jones's thing sometimes if I have to.
and I was a huge fan of Quincy.
Yeah.
What blew me away is Curtis Mayfield reached out to me. This was before he had passed, before he had that. No, this is why after he had that accident. He reached out, he wrote me a letter. I gotta find that letter. I have it somewhere in all my shit. I just don't know where to look. I got so much shit. But he wrote me a letter just how he loved what I was doing, and that like really, made me say, damn, I'm really a part of this shit.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, you are absolutely a part of this.
Not even a question.
And I was just, because I like I said, I got all of the black exploitation soundtracks, and he was a part of a lot of them. Yeah. I even would go by Lalo Schifrin soundtrack, all the movies he was involved in. I would dig, even Quincy Jones, I would just dig and just study them. And even like the younger producers today, like Metro Boomin, I study him, but I be listening like, damn, this nigga sound, he really musical.
He got, yep.
He ain't just like a beat maker. He's really musical.
That's the thing about West Coast producers that has always, that has always fascinated me, like the musicality, like like it's always a guitar, it's always some horns.
Yes, indeed.
It's
indeed.
But then it's got this thing under it. It's like, how does that shit go together? And that shit be jumping.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
oh yeah.
We got one more section for you, brother. Let me see here. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. Where you was, who you was with, what you did. Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah. So we had a very, very important part of the show.
Yeah.
Where you tell us a story. Funny or fucked up. Or funny and fucked up.
Well, it's funny and fucked up.
Oh, perfect.
Both ways.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The only rule to the game
Yeah.
is you can't say no names.
I ain't gonna say it. I won't say it. Now, it was a guy, it was a person I was on tour with, and this person had, this dude was like, we became cool later on after all, after we had to boss up on him to let him know, like, hold up, motherfucker, you got it fucked up. I don't know who you think we are. Was telling us that when we was all on the same tour together, but when he come through the hall, everybody got to turn towards the wall. Like, niggas, you crazy?
Say
And
what?
nigga turn against the, like, y'all got to turn facing towards the wall.
Don't look at
like,
me.
So we made it up. We made it our point to stand right in the middle. Like, we gonna stand right here, nigga. What you gonna do? So it became, it got to where it almost came to blows, but all the security on the tour put us together, said, okay, we got to settle this. So what we did is we had a basketball game to settle the differences. The nigga was good. I ain't gonna lie.
Nigga was good.
He was good.
I ain't gonna say he couldn't
Yeah,
hoop.
but look, he was good on that and that with that.
Yeah.
What I used to do is like, okay, I ain't gonna bother this motherfucker no more. We ain't gonna get into it no more. So I would do my show, and then when he come on stage, what I would do, I was cracking. I was like the young, like Drake, or the ladies love. Like, I was like the young Drake that all the ladies love.
Yeah.
I was Tank.
Yeah.
All the ladies
Tank.
love.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah.
so this nigga perform on stage, so I come out on the side, and when I come out on the side, all the girls, everybody, they be screaming, ah!
He's doing the
And
shit
he
you
would
ain't
bring
supposed to
his
do.
ass, bring his motherfucking ass right over there, right by the speaker, dump, like trying to blow everybody,
On some
and
5 heartbeats.
yeah, and they still all the ladies hollering my name.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah, hey, yeah, they want me. So I had to get him back. So I would do that shit a lot to fuck with him, and he was just like, this motherfucker, and it was crazy. And then it's some other stuff, I ain't gonna get into that, but this dude was a trip, like with his background singers, all of that. He was telling all the motherfuckers, y'all bet not go around them niggas, none of that shit. I was like, damn.
It's just tour. Well, just tour to him.
It was crazy. But that was a crazy story.
Well,
That tour life different.
the tour, hey, listen,
That tour life
Other than
different.
panties and
Yeah.
bras and shit flying on the stage, that was normal. All that
listen,
shit all on the stage.
It was only right.
Hey,
That's
only
just what
right.
it was.
Yeah.
Listen, I got to do my little last bit of touring in the '90s.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't the lead artist. You know what I'm saying? Genuine was but I was like, is this
Imagine if
normal?
you'd have been
They seasoned it.
imagine if you'd have been the
made
main artist.
it- Yeah.
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
Me in the
Oh, my
90s?
God.
93, 94.
No way.
No
the
way.
Lord, the Lord saved, he preserved me
45
for a
kids.
time. He said, we gotta get him out the 90s. If
You
he
don't come out. You don't come out to the 2000s.
You don't come out to the 2000s, because if you had behaving like this as Genuine's valet, ain't no way,
Man.
ain't no way I'm gonna let you sing lead in the 90s. He wouldn't let me do it.
Man.
Lord wouldn't let me do it because it wasn't right. As we look at it now and look back
You
on it
know what
back
I'm talking
then,
about. I'm telling you. Wow.
it's a free for all.
Man.
It's a buffet.
Yeah.
It's all you can eat. What's the rib called?
The flanking beef
All
flanking.
you call is flanking.
Flanking everywhere.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Brother Warren G, listen, man. I'm very happy. First of all, we're very appreciative of you
much
coming
love.
up here, man, and rocking with us, man.
Man, thanks for having me.
We love what you do. I mean, my brother knows
Yes, indeed.
lyric
Word for word.
Yes,
all
indeed.
the words, like all
Much
the, you know what I'm
love.
saying? Like your culture, man, your soundtrack to our lives, bro, and to us that is important. Even the little things, even the things that we don't know, that maybe you would have been like, that's cool, and I'm not tripping on that. Those are still gems, man.
Yeah,
Those are still important pieces and contributions.
Oh yeah.
That again are the soundtracks to all of this shit, and the reason why we're able to do what the fuck we do.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Those doors being
Much
kicked
love.
in. Listen,
Much love.
I'm one of those samplers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was going from
Yeah.
RCA to
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
going from XLR and
Yeah.
going from like I'm one of those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all that I'm listening to y'all do. I'm like, where did they grab? I go and I buy a record store that's going out of business. I'll buy 4 boxes from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're important to us, brother. Your story, your music, your barbecue.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
And as a father of an athlete who made the NFL.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, there's that.
Shout you out for that,
No,
man.
it's
Because
all-
we
it's
all
all
got
good.
all fathers, we all got kids,
Yeah.
play sports, man.
Yeah.
To have that moment too.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
everybody knows in music we all love sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
And
love it.
vice versa. They
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
So to be able to have a son who played in the
Yeah.
NFL
Yeah.
and also, man,
Yeah.
that's
hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
congratulations
And,
on that as
thank
well,
you.
man. Shout
Thank
out to
you.
your son.
Thank you. Thank
My
you.
man.
Yes, indeed.
My name is Tank,
I'm Jay Valentine.
and this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all
All
things
things.
R&B.
Yeah. Yeah. Gangsta R&B too.
Gangsta. I
Nobody.
don't know who you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
The
what you want to
hardest
put it
man.
on. But we got the man, the myth, the legend, man, and still
Yes, indeed.
Warren G.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.